We created this film because we believe that in this day and age, the way to get a message across, any message, the best way is through film.
We had some clear goals and some clear objectives that we were aiming for.
We went through a meticulous process to make sure that the storyline was realistic and believable.
It is unpredictable, it's exciting, and also very authentic.
There isn't like, you know, this fairy tale moment. It's just, it's real life.
This movie is true to life. Any one of these characters could be any one of us.
It's not sugar-coated at all. It's not some pretty little kiddie movie. It's real.
This movie isn't really for kids because it says probably bad words that kids don't say in their family.
We made this film without compromising our values, but we did make it real.
We tried to create characters that you could relate to, that you could feel for, that you wanted to see succeed.
People are going to love the movie because of the characters, I think.
When I was first presented with the opportunity to be involved with this film, I took a look at the story and noticed the wide range of emotions and feelings that were being evoked by the story. And as a film composer, this is a big green light to get involved with the project.
I think the thing that sets this film apart from your typical Hollywood production is the incredible lack of experience that many of our volunteers brought into this production.
We didn't know what we were doing half the time, but it didn't matter because it wasn't for us and it wasn't so we could put ourselves on a pedestal. It's all for Christ, and he just worked amazing through everyone.
It was 100% people's passions. There was no payment involved. There was no one, getting reimbursed for their time. It was all just volunteers, dedicating hours of their time.
Nobody's getting paid. We're just here for the passion of it, and we're here to give you a message.
What has impressed me specifically about the film is, I guess, the amount of dedication that there has been to this project.
We had individuals who had different talents, and all of those talents were used.
The atmosphere behind the scenes it was wonderful. It was basically just a big family.
Immediately, there was a sense of family in everybody. Everybody was kind, everybody was loving, and it was genuine. And that's hard to find in a lot of places that I've been.
One of my favorite things about getting to be in the movie was the opportunity to meet all the different people from our church that you just see every Sunday or Wednesday.
Everybody was just so welcoming and just so loving and giving. Is there anything I can help you with? Is there anything you need?
Everybody was so supportive of each other and tending to everybody else's needs. No, there wasn't anybody who went without.
We all came together, we all gave up free time, and we worked really hard on this, and I mean, it's a really fun thing that we did.
You never really realize how much goes into making a movie until you really are doing it.
We learned that when you step out in faith and trust God to do things that are beyond your ability, He honors that and comes through.
God showed his hand in pretty much every aspect of the movie, and I'm confident that we didn't do anything that he didn't want us to do. He was in it every step of the way.
There were innumerable times where if God had not stepped in and done something that was miraculous, this film wouldn't have gotten made.
It wasn't, anything that any of us did on our own. It was Christ.
And at these times when we were just completely stumped and didn't know what to do, I felt that we would pray and God would give us an idea, or someone would just, like a light bulb would just turn on out of nowhere.
We managed to come together as a group and learn this trade that some people spend their whole lives learning, and tried to put together something that looks professional, and it looks, though it's not the same presentation style as Hollywood, it still translates on screen as something that you say, that's a movie. If the people of Hollywood were to view this film, I have no doubt in my mind that they would mock and ridicule it, mainly because we didn't play by their rules.
But I also think that there's a large number of people out there who doesn't necessarily like the way that Hollywood does things in the first place, and this is just giving them an alternative.
It's different than those big $200 million pictures out there. This is a film that anyone could look at and say, point to a character or point to a situation and say, that is something that I felt. You know, that is something that I can relate with.
And the quality of it is excellent. The storyline, the music, it's got it. This movie is what people want to see.
It's a quality film with a great story.
It'll have you on the edge of your seats for sure. It's very intense.
And the fact that we are now talking about the movie after it's over and talking about the experience is a pure miracle.